Hi, Sean Wiggins here. I'm a drug addict, alcoholic, been a porn addict throughout my addictions, and been in recovery for a little while now. Now I'm what you could consider a expert witness. I've been an incognito inmate in Charlotte County Jail for 3.5 years throughout the last 18 years, I guess you could say. I've seen and looked at the programs, tried, tested this system out. I don't know anybody who's got more understanding than in the pros and cons of this system that we're in. A failed system. Charlotte County has got a huge drug problem, which I advocate is absolutely not a crime, but a civil wrong, and it's a mental health issue. Now we failed. I say we. They've failed the citizens of Charlotte County, really the state and the entire country. But I'm going to focus here on Charlotte County because that's where all my knowledge and expertise comes in. Now, I want to bring to your attention that we have 650-ish inmates in Charlotte County Jail that they make sure that they keep full. We've spent millions and millions of dollars on a new medical wing of that jail, increased the size and all that, and keep building for bigger and better because they bring profits. These profits, okay, that come from all these from the poor, from the family members of all these addicts. Now, I'm going to ask you to take a look at this. We've got this huge medical facility that they spend multi-millions of dollars on, okay? And being in there, there's a number of beds. Then there only being like approximately two of them used, at a time. And we've got this, what they consider a work release center on the outside of the main compound. Now, this work release, they call it, is perfectly designed for an inpatient rehab. Okay. Now, if we spend in about $40,000 or so on per inmate to house in this maximum security jail, and all these people, I'm 70% of them are drug related, and there's no rehabilitation center in Charlotte County with our huge drug problem. These people aren't even the lucky ones have to wait for a bed somewhere in Sarasota or Fort Myers, something like that. If the court even offers or will accept them to address their problem, their mental health problem. It's a sickness. Jesus advocated healing the sick, not incarceration, frees people from slavery and bondage. I mean, just to give you an example. Now, I've also been to prison. I've got some understanding of that, and I've seen that the people that come and teach this healing is the Christians. They come in and they truly do help, but we're falling a little bit short. Okay, now Charlotte County has this work release building out there with about over 100 beds, I believe, in there. Been closed down for about a year and a half that I know of. Now, what a perfect place. You've got this huge medical system facility inside the jail, and you've got this work release center that's perfectly designed for an inpatient rehab that they closed down a year and a half ago, was never turned into a rehab, but it falls under the perfect parameters. So we've already got a structure set right outside. They're not utilizing it because they don't care about healing us, because we are virtually a profit to the system. Okay, it's not a good business model in the corporation, corrections corporation. If you actually heal and you bring down the demand, you reduce crime. If you invest properly in this, then there's their job security. It's the big business of corporation. And that's why the state of Florida has the number one amount of inmates in the whole country. and the country has way more inmates than the whole world. So we have 25% of the world's inmates just in our country, because we are a government of so many laws, which the more laws, the more corrupt the system. Okay, so we're human trafficking people, good people, your brothers, your sisters, your fathers, your mothers, every family is affected by this. Now, if we need to start focusing on rehabilitation and not incarceration, why do we not have a rehabilitation center or rehab for these folks to go to get proper treatment? Okay, to have a chance. Now, with advances in technology and the amounts of money that they spend on incarcerating and keeping you in, they're siphoning out the money from the taxpayers, from the loved ones of these folks that are affected, and causing crime to not decrease, but a matter of fact, increase. Okay, so I've got a plan that works. I'm not going to give you all the particulars of it now, but I just want to bring to your attention that this perfect system, or this perfect building that we've got sitting right there at Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, the implementation would be a snap. Now, I'm going to have to urge you, Charlotte County commissioners need to get involved in this, and we need to start advocating for this, especially all of you folks that they've previously taken your rights away and your voice away by not being able to vote, because they turn addicts into felons, take away their rights that way when they're not addressing the issue. But now the stage has been set that felons can have their rights back and restored. Okay, as of I believe it was last year, one. So we need the voices of all the folks that have been influenced in this. Previous felons, you can vote, and so you need to vote. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office has definitely failed us in this. I spoke earlier about a video showing how they're in the pockets of these big corporations, Aramark and all these other ones. I mean, these folks should have an opportunity at healing, and that's what that was the passion of Christ, was healing the sick. So I ask you again to please advocate for this, share this video, get it to the proper people that it needs to get to, and let's make a difference. Let's invest in the community. Let's save the taxpayer money, a lot of money. I mean, if $40,000 an inmate, I mean, if you do the numbers, they're extravagant. I do have a plan, but I just wanted to touch base with you on that one to keep this video short, that we truly can make a difference and change them. Recognize that the trafficked individuals, the addicts, start treating them as victims, not criminals. Let's give them a chance to heal so we don't burden their families, where they lose their loved ones, spend all this time in jail and the prisons with no healing, or not an opportunity of rehabilitation, just incarceration, to get out and do the same thing over again, because they weren't afforded a proper opportunity. They really weren't. I mean, I know this from personal experience, and it's cost me dearly. It cost me everything a number of times, and I still fight to rekindle the relationship with my daughter that I've hurt her probably most than anybody. And I ask you for your attention to this matter, because it really truly is far more of an epidemic than the coronavirus. Thank you.